Yet another national poll has come out showing Bernie Sanders a point above Joe Biden, albeit it does have a pretty bad margin of error, around 5%, but it is nice to see. It's nice for public perception, but this isn't the most interesting thing. We know Warren is falling out. We know Bloomberg is rising. We know Pete Buttigieg is falling out. We know that's happening. But down here, there's a really interesting portion of this poll that shows Biden voters and Sanders voters' views on socialism and capitalism. And I want you to pay attention to something here. So, all right, so views of capitalism. Biden voters view capitalism much less positively than Sanders voters view socialism. And I think that's funny because they're admitting capitalism's not very good. They do hate socialism, of course, but Bernie voters hate capitalism more than Biden voters hate socialism. So if you look at this too, Biden voters' views of capitalism and socialism are actually pretty equal. So we're having a weird thing going on. So apparently Biden voters are starting to come around a little bit. I'm surprised about these results. But Sanders voters, nope, they will not take this capitalist garbage, apparently. They have little to no acceptance of capitalism. They don't want it. This shows another divide with electability arguments because the center people, the Joe Biden supporters, will support Bernie Sanders in the general, but the Bernie supporters will not support Joe Biden in the general. So that's a very interesting statistic, and I think it shows a lot about the race. This margin of error is also around 4.74 percentage points up and down. So views of capitalism, Biden voters, 40% view it positively, around 20% negatively. Sanders voters, capitalism, only around 10% view capitalism positively, and around 40% view it negatively, and then the rest don't know. Biden voters, socialism, over 25%. Actually, I think 30% of Biden voters think socialism is positive, and 30% think it's negative. So that's a keen divide right there. But socialism for Bernie supporters, oh my goodness. An overwhelming 60% of Bernie supporters view socialism in a positive light. Only like 1% view it in a bad light. So there's someone out there who is like, okay, you know what? I hate socialism, but I have to vote for Bernie for some reason. Maybe it's electability, maybe it's authenticity, but he's there. It's a conservative Democrat voting for Bernie. And the rest don't know. So I think that's really interesting. What do you think about that? About that divide between socialism and capitalism? The favorability of capitalism seems to be dipping. Thank you, Bernie. So let me know what you think about that. Please consider subscribing, liking this video, maybe sharing it.